Alright, so hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today what we are doing is we are making this beautiful animation in Synfig, right? So Synfig is basically a free and open source animation software, right? Where you can make animations like this, right? So yes, let's jump straight in. So the first thing that you have to do is to gather all the materials, right? Since our animation is very basic and it requires only one PNG that is of a gear, so we can just go ahead, search on Google, right? And then there is this tools option. Just click on that tools option and then select the licensing, right? So you can get the Creative Commons license PNGs or SVGs that you can use for commercial purposes. Yeah, so you can go ahead and check out which one fits your needs. All right, so once you have downloaded the PNG, right, and you want to change some things, you want to change the color or maybe a little bit of the shape of the gear, then you can do that in Inkscape. Let me show you how. So just go ahead, drag and drop your PNG over to the Inkscape file, right? Now select the PNG, click on the path option, select trace bitmap and hit apply. Right now, once this is done, just go ahead and delete the original image or the PNG and select the bitmap image, right? Go ahead and now try to change the color and you can see that it's changing now, right? All right, so let's go ahead and export it. You have to click on the export option, select the destination folder where you want to export it. I'll name it gear blue, and like you can select the PNG or JPG. I would suggest, since it is having some transparency factors, so you should go ahead with portable network graphic, right? That's PNG. So just go ahead and click on save. Now what you have to do next, you have to go ahead in Synfig and open a new project like this. You will see the interface of the software like this. Right now, just click on the gear, drag it over to the project. Right now, wait for the software to load it. Now, due to the size differences, you might see the gear or the PNG like this, where you are unable to figure out like where is the rest of it, right? But to sort this problem out, you can go ahead and just go for scale and transformation option and like change it to something like 10. Now once you are satisfied with the scale of your PNG, right, you can do one thing. If you want the transparency, you can keep it like that. If you don't want it, you can go ahead in the rectangle tool, just click and drag and make a rectangle that covers all of the canvas. Right now, as soon as you do that, you will see that your gear PNG is not actually visible, right? Because the order, right, or the sorting layer of this PNG is actually below that rectangle, right? So you have to go ahead and just drag it above all these rectangles, right? All right, now once you are done with the duplication, you have to adjust the two PNGs in a way that they don't, their teeth don't intersect, right? And like when you rotate it by using this pointer, they look like, yes, they are in meshing, right? All right, so once you're finished with the adjustment part, you have to go ahead and look for this animation window, right? Now in this animation window, you can see a number of options, a number of things, right? There's this number 120F, which is the total number of frames that are there in this animation right now. You can go ahead, change it if you want, right? And this is the frame which we are currently at, right? If I click on this, so it says that you are on the 10th frame. Once you are ready to animate the objects, you have to just click it and start animating, right? So let's go ahead and start the animation part. You can go ahead, click on something like 48 frames, right? And then go in transformation. Just see this angle which says 0 0 right now, right? Now if I change it to 360 and hit enter, what this is going to do is it will rotate this whole gear from 0 degree to 360 degrees. That's it, that's what we want, right? Now if you want to extend this animation or you want to slow it down, you can just drag this keyframe right there, right? This will slow down the animation, right? This is one thing. I don't want that, so I'm going to drag it back to something around 48. All right, so before animating the second gear, I would like to show you something. Just go ahead, drag this line to 0 and hit play. Now you can see that this gear was rotating anti-clockwise, right? Now with gears, there's this thing that if one of the meshing gear is rotating anti-clockwise, the other has to rotate clockwise, right? So we have to be very careful while animating the second gear, right? So let's go ahead, click on the 48F or the 48th frame, go ahead in transformation, see for the angle, it's already 0.49, right? Now there you have to do some maths. 0.49 minus 360 degrees, it's minus 359.51. So you have to type minus 359.51, right, and hit enter. If you want to slow it down further, and you can see that since this animation part is only having 120 frames, you can click here and type as many frames you want, right? So 240f is what you have to type. This will add another 120 frames to the animation. Right now, just go ahead, click on whatever frame you want to just drag this keyframe to. I want to drag it to 194. Select the other gear, repeat the same process with that one as well. Right, so this is going to significantly reduce the speed, as you can see. Right, you have to go to file, then select the render option. Right, now first thing first, you have to choose the destination folder. I will export it to the desktop. Name it, I'm naming it gear animation. Right, hit OK. All right, next thing, there is this option called target. So it will be by default set to auto. You have to change it to ffmpeg. Right now, this is the basic or the default option in order to get an mp4 file. Alright, so next thing that comes here is the settings. So the quality can be lower or can be higher. It can be 4, it can be 5, or you can do it 2 or 1 as well. But the anti-aliasing should be high, it should be 30, right? The higher this number, the higher is the sharpness. You can adjust the image size here, you can type it right in, or you can just click on this plus sign to add some pixels to it, right? Yeah. Next is the resolution. That's perfect, you should not change it. Next comes the time. Now there is this important setting called frames per second. The higher the value, the less is the lag, the smoother is the animation, right? So you can leave it to 24, you can like increase it to 30 or 60, right? And the next thing is start time. It's 0. Yes, I want to start the animation from 0. The end time, now the end time is really important because I like adjusted these keyframes to go until 194, right? But here it says end time is 120 frames, right? So we will go ahead and adjust it to something called 200 frames, right? Now the duration will be adjusted by default, right? Next up we have gamma, we don't have to mess with that. Other is not important, right? So that's pretty much it, I believe. Yes, now just go ahead and click on render. Now as soon as you click on the render option, right, or the render button, you will see this CMD window. Just don't do anything with this, and if I can adjust it, yes, you will see this render progress bar here, right? So this will show you like what's the status of this rendering process. So once it hits 100%, there's going to be a sound, right? And yeah, you can find out that yes, your animation has been rendered. Alright, so that's it for today's video, and if you like the tutorial, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're finding the channel for the first time, you can go ahead and click on subscribe. Also, if you have any doubt or some suggestion for the next video, you can go ahead and write that down in the comment section, right? So yeah, that's it. Tada, bye bye.